Yeah, I think that was my biggest complaint about it is I just couldn't really understand them.
I mean, either and the I mean, just so what an offensive display.
Right, like, what the hell is a ba with the ba?
Yeah, and jean shorts and lip syncing.
Yeah. Hey, he was not lip syncing, okay? They didn't match up the audio correctly. How dare you make these accusations?
They
You lib
didn't match up what audio if he wasn't lip syncing.
They didn't match up the pre-recorded audio with his pre-recorded singing.
Ah, yeah, that's tough.
You
You know
know,
him
when
you know him and Ricky Martin are the same age?
they look like it.
Also, shout out Ricky Martin, not even his first appearance in the Super Bowl.
Right.
Right? He was just there a few years ago.
Yeah. Yeah. He was, wasn't he? But, yeah, I liked how Kid Rock said he wasn't lip syncing at all, and, when the audio was playing, when the microphone was down by his knees.
Not lip syncing, he was lip swimming.
Sink or swim, baby.
Heyo. Oh, hey, you did it again.
What am I, Britney Spears? What are you talking about?
Oops. Yeah, the red light is on in the corner, which means that now we're doing the thing where other people can see and hear us.
Those are like white lights. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's also not the corner, so
Nobody puts baby there.
that's true. That would be illegal some way.
Would it be though?
I gotta think so. I mean, I don't think there's a specific law that says like don't hang your baby up on the wall like a picture, but
It's a
there's
gray
probably
area.
yeah. I don't think it is. I don't think it is.
There's no law that says I can't.
That's right.
I've read the Constitution.
I'm allowed to be as wet as I want.
Gross, man. Oh yeah. So we have a question already. How did you enjoy?
But we talked about it. Yeah, it was offensive. I can't believe they show that to children.
Who was the other guy that was singing? What did he say? I just want to drive my truck.
Yes, yeah, there was. I don't know who that was. I saw the clip. It's just whatever random ass irrelevant country singer.
I was like, he's literally doing the meme right now.
Yeah, he it was amazing. I'm not familiar enough with that whole genre to have like been able to identify from the clip who that is, and I certainly haven't heard that song. But it's amazing that he was standing up there strumming the guitar and his lyrics were literally, "I just want to drive my truck, drink my beer." Like you're doing the caricature of yourself. And I saw a lot of replies that I enjoyed that were like, who exactly is stopping you from driving your truck and drinking your? Oh, I think mow my lawn was another one.
Oh yeah, I want to mow my grass.
Mow my grass, and it's like, who's stopping you from doing that, man?
Nobody.
What's the problem?
I was watching the Daily Show last night. Jon Stewart was talking about that. He's like, they always talking about how it's so hard to be country in this world, and he's like, I just want to drive my truck. He's like, pretty easy.
Yep.
Like, I want to drink my beer again.
The better question is like, if you just want to drive your truck, drink your beer, and mow your grass, why are you on a stage performing right now? You could be doing those things.
You could. Those very easy.
Right.
Then he goes, wait, why is this guy saying everything's so hard? And he got to like one lyric, it's like, I don't want to tell my kids that a boy's not a boy or some shit like that. He goes,
it's like cranking the heat up in your it's like cranking the heat up in your car and then being like, why is it hot in here? Like, I wish it wasn't so hot.
If only there was something I could do about it.
Yeah, I just want to be less hot. Well, that's an option.
Oh yeah, Brian, I'm so sorry you're being oppressed.
Yeah,
apologize.
I do intend to take all the landscaping jobs personally.
I'm applying for all of them.
Just me, one guy out there.
I just want to mow my grass.
I agree with that singer that I enjoy all of those things. It's not all I want to do. It's not all I enjoy, but I do want to do those things. I can if I want to. Well, I can't mow the grass right now because it's winter, but other than that,
those are just excuses. You can do it.
That's true. I mean, I still could do it.
I'm gonna mow my snow.
Yeah. Now there's a good euphemism. I don't know what for.
We'll figure it out.
But that's good. Mow my snow. Yeah.
How are you doing today, Stu?
Delightful. The sun was still out when I left work.
Oh.
And it was like almost 40 degrees outside today.
Yeah, it was.
And so yeah, that's all good stuff. Those are things that I wish my mood weren't so dependent on, but or at least correlated with, but alas, those things are correlated. Yeah, I don't know. I'm fine. Oh yeah, this is not the show where I have to come up with a complaint. So great. So what about you, buddy? How are you doing?
I'm indifferent about the weather turning. Like I like that, obviously, that it's a nice day, but now my yard is all muddy and disgusting and gross and dogs and that fun stuff.
Your yard is dogs?
My yard is dogs.
When it warms up, the yard becomes
dogs.
Are they alive or?
I plead the fifth.
All right. Yeah, I guess I don't know which would be preferable. Like a yard of dead dogs is horrific, but a yard of alive dogs is chaotic.
Yeah.
So, and then what do you do? Like you gotta, feed them, and are they rooted to the ground like grass? I've got a lot of questions.
No, they're a lot like the grass from the Super Bowl halftime show. They're dressed up as grass.
Oh, that was very funny. Our colleague Al spotted the people in the grass costumes, and no one else at the party noticed that. And we waited through the whole. She was like, "There's people in the grass," and we were all like, "I think that's just props that was blowing in the wind." And so, because none of us caught it, and we were all we were intently watching the entire Super Bowl halftime show just to see if they would show a person in a grass costume, and we never got closure on it until afterwards, and people were tweeting it, and she was so vindicated.
What if that was the whole show? They just showed one person in the grass costume while Bad Bunny was singing, and they were just.
It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun, basically. Group gaslighting her for the whole thing, though.
Nothing like a group gaslight.
Yeah, it's great.
Well, Stu, what are we doing here?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, theys and thems, this is Talking Out Our Ass. It's the only bi-weekly talk show aired on the public broadcasting network of Burkina Faso. And every 2 weeks or so, we claim, we get on here, the hosts, Sam Reeves, alongside yours truly, Stu Kidd. It's a talk show. It's an interview show. We have a guest come sit on our proverbial couch and talk to us. But the catch is that we don't know at this present moment what this interview is going to be about. It's clever on our part. You see, we make our guests do all the work in preparation. We tell them, you come with a topic, you come prepared with a topic that you would like to talk about, and then we'll just wing it and formulate an interview on the spot, live on air. That's the gist of it. You've been warned. From this moment on, we are not liable for any damages to your psyche or person.
Yeah.
That's how law works, right? If you just verbally disclaim something, then you're off the hook.
Yeah.
Like if you could kill a guy as long as you're like, hey, I'm not responsible for killing you, and you've been warned. I'm going to do it now.
Yeah, 100% vindicated immediately.
Love this country. So, guest, do you have one?
Yeah, I made somebody come. As you said, we make people come on this show. So
right, and then did you get a guest?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Yes, we have somebody here who you may know from several episodes of Ask Yes. He's also the only one who's done talking out my ass and talking out our ass. He's the first one to do so. Please welcome back to the show, ladies and gentlemen, our good friend Jack. Welcome to the show, Jack.
Hey, how's it going? First off, I just want to say Drake May is a fucking bum. So I just want to start off establishing that right out the gate.
Okay, wait. So Sam, I thought I remembered that Jack had done the show, but he did the previous iteration of the show.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, great. Then it doesn't count as us being lazy with a return guest, then, because it's a different show.
It is. Technically, it is.
He's talking about our ass.
Fantastic. How's life out there? How's life out there in the DC Metro?
The DC Metro area is good. I mean, honestly, things are good. The Wizards made a big trade, so things are good there. The snow is finally starting to melt today, so that's really big. I mean, I'm on this podcast. I kind of just want to drive my Subaru and drink my Sunkiss, but I'm on this podcast. But things are good out here. I mean, listen, as long as the Wizards made a big trade, and everybody thinks it's good, and I can't remember the last time things have felt this good since the John Wall era. So, yeah, things are good. Things are good right now.
Fair. Yeah, it must be nice for your organization's actions to be generally viewed as positive or moves in a direction.
Yeah, the last time things felt good in really any capacity was 2017. John Wall hit the buzzer beater hit the clutch shot over the Celtics to win Game 6. I was at a prom that night. They stopped the music, announced what had happened, and played "Do the John Wall." Everybody went fucking crazy. It was incredible. It was absolutely amazing. It was one of the greatest nights of my life, frankly. But yeah,
that's amazing.
Things are good with the Wizards right now.
Why would the Chicago sports bums claim Drake May?
Like, because you called him a bum.
He's a New England sports bum. He's a New England sports bum, so they're in the clear there.
No, he's just a regular bum.
He's just one of them regular ones.
Yeah.
I gotta say, he looks just physically, he just looks so puny for an NFL player. Really.
He's got real Minecraft face going on.
It also scared me that he went to North Carolina because he looks like a BYU kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He looks like a soaker.
He can't run like one, though. Fuck can they run?
It's true. Well, Jack, welcome to the show. What are we going to be interviewing you about tonight?
So we're going to be talking about, I said it's one of my favorite things. This is one of my favorite, probably my favorite TV show in the whole world, Hell's Kitchen, the reality show with Gordon Ramsay, where he yells at chefs. Absolutely phenomenal. So that is the topic for tonight. Last time I think I did a sports topic, so I thought I'd go. I mean, reality TV and sports are kind of cousins. They're kind of one and the same, but I thought I'd go in the other direction this time.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely an argument to be made for sports are ostensibly a form of reality TV, to be sure. And that's always my argument to people who are not sports fans or sports followers, as to there's intrigue beyond the X's and O's, so to speak. Especially the NBA is just constant, reality TV basically.
That's the thing. Yeah, a lot of sports fans are very against reality. They go, "Oh, I don't want to watch reality TV," and it's like
I'm one of those people.
You update a fantasy lineup every single week. Let's
don't do that.
But it's they sports fans say they hate reality TV. A lot of reality TV fans say they hate sports. It's you could be watching the same thing night after night.
No, for sure. And famously, we've done great interviewing guests about reality TV shows on
yes, we have.
Podcast. So Sam's going to ask the first question.
So, Jack, what is it that draws you to Hell's Kitchen?
So, I mean, I started watching the show on a whim last spring. There are 24 seasons of the show. I've since then seen every single one, some of them multiple times.
Is that 24 years, or there's multiple seasons in a year?
I don't know exactly when it started. I think at some point they were doing 2 a year, but they're now doing 1 a year. It airs in the fall every year.
Because Ridiculousness finally stopped, and they had 47 seasons, but they were on for 8 years. It made no sense.
Yeah. Well, they just had they just ran a 9 to 5 basically as a show. But I mean, it's basically you watch people who come from everywhere. They're chefs. They think they're really good, and then you basically just get to watch them have their whole emotions crumble like in front of you on national television. It's really phenomenal. I mean, Gordon Ramsay just like the thing is, it's the same with all of his shows where people go on the show and they're like, I'm going to be able to handle it. And as if they've never seen the show at all. And so it's just hilarious to watch these people go on. And they're like, I'm sure they're very good in their own right. But like these people will come on and they'll own restaurants. So they'll be executive chef and they'll be like, now there's going to be a piece of cake for me. And then they get to night one and they completely crumble. And it's just absolutely phenomenal television. So, yeah.
I forgot what the question was going to be. I opened my mouth and I forgot it. Do you personally enjoy cooking? Do you think that Gordon Ramsay would approve of anything that you cook?
Yes and no. I would say I really enjoy like making stuff, but I'm a very slow chef because I always am watching a YouTube video in the background. So I'll be like, oh, I'm gonna make salmon and rice tonight, and then 2 hours later I'm still chopping an onion or whatever. But it's
Fucking
I like to
Zoomer.
cook, but I'm not that good at cooking. And so I think he would be really polite if I brought him anything, but I don't think he would enjoy it truthfully. I don't think he would really like that. I made homemade Chex Mix the other week and that was pretty good. So he might like that. Otherwise, no, I don't think so.
Yeah, is he like, I've heard different stuff. Is he like not an asshole in real life?
Yeah, I mean, he's like, it's all persona, like it's all WWE, like
right.
So it's just, you know, if you like if you watch each one of his shows, like one of them he's a total asshole, the other one he's like the nice guy, and then obviously like MasterChef Junior, he can't be a huge asshole. I really wish he would be. I think that would be phenomenal television if
I would watch that.
If he was even meaner to the children, I think that would be really
if
funny.
he were calling the children idiot sandwiches and putting bread around their heads and shit like that. Yes.
100%.
Like you don't have to be vulgar or offensive, but if he could just be the same fiery, angry, mean guy to the kids, that is reality TV I would watch.
Yeah, and every so often the show will have a manufactured moment where they'll show oh, Gordon has a heart, he has a heart, but then they go right back to him just screaming at these people, which is what I'm there for, frankly. Like when I used to watch Bar Rescue, I would watch the first half of the episode when he was yelling at the people, and then they would start repairing the restaurant. I would stop watching because that's not the fun part to me.
Right. I don't care about this place.
Right.
Yeah,
I don't give a shit about the renovation you got.
Yeah, I want a show where there's no, comeback of the arc. Like, I just want it to stop at him being an asshole. And then just end credits.
Well, that's my favorite type of plot for anything, is just everything gets worse and then it's over.
Yeah.
And a lot of legendary comedians have backed me up on that, where I don't know if I've said this on air before, but I've definitely said this to Sam before, that like the truly great comedians or writers of comedy or whatever, they all eventually get to this place where funny is no longer funny to them. The only thing that is funny to them is like suffering and misery. So they end up writing these shows or writing whatever jokes or bits or shows that are just horribly depressing and terrible, and nothing gets resolved, and that's the end. And I that's my favorite genre.
Yeah. I mean, they say, comedy is tragedy plus time. So, when you watch someone fail over and over again for a long time, it becomes funny inherently,
So I've obviously I'm aware of what Hell's Kitchen is. I don't think I've ever sat through an entire episode. Are there ever times where like he doesn't succeed in turning the restaurant around? So
you're thinking of Kitchen Nightmares, which, to be fair, there is an episode where he doesn't turn the restaurant around. He goes to a restaurant owned by this Israeli couple, and then he what's up?
Fitting.
Yeah, and then it turns out they're stealing tips from their waitresses and stuff, and then like
don't.
They're being just like complete nightmares.
What a shock.
And so in that episode, he did give up. But in Hell's Kitchen, he's yet to have a season where he doesn't pick anybody. But there are seasons where like the person who wins can't cook for shit.
Okay, so then I guess he's in so many goddamn shows, and in my mind, they're all the same thing because I don't watch any. So what is, I should back all the way up here. please describe for the uncultured, such as myself, what the premise of Hell's Kitchen, the TV show, is.
Absolutely. So you're right. There are a lot of Gordon Ramsay shows. I went to bar trivia last year, and one of the questions, it was a coloring round, was name as many Gordon Ramsay shows as you can. There are 24 possible points on the table. I got 12 of them. Nobody else at the bar got 5. And the host specifically called me out and said, I have no life, which is what it is.
Look, 12 out of 24, 50% is a really good shooting percentage. So
I was pulling British shows from the aughts. That was a heat check for me. But so Hell's Kitchen is the one where instead of him going to them, basically he has like, it's like a restaurant just for the reality show. And then there's also a chain of them that are open year round. But basically he brings in chefs from all over the country. And
the restaurant's called Hell's Kitchen?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so they come and they compete in challenges just for like rewards and stuff. And then they basically just run a restaurant service. And so there's like, the beef Wellington Caitlin is mentioning, like, there's certain dishes that like everybody fucks up. So like they make like beef Wellingtons, like scallops, risotto are on the menu. And so it's like he tries to have like complicated dishes on the menu so that people will just fuck them up. And so basically he just eliminates either the person who's doing the worst at cooking during the service and is like shit at their job, or the person who's like the least exciting to watch. And so like it's a mix of both, basically. I mean, it's a reality show.
Yeah, sure. But it's so that's all the like, I shouldn't assume all, but like the most known like back of house clips, like the one I already said where he's putting bread around the girl's head and saying you're an idiot sandwich. That's Hell's Kitchen.
So that is actually a sketch with Julie Chen and James Corden.
Oh, that's depressing.
But there's if you watch any sketch where he's like, and it looks like a huge kitchen, and there's, if you ever see like rude customer comes up to the pass and confronts Gordon, that's usually Hell's Kitchen. Or like anytime that he like there's always a red team and a blue team. So anytime he's yelling at somebody who's in a bunch of people in blue chef's jacket or a bunch of people in red chef's jackets, that's usually Hell's Kitchen.
Oh, so he gets into it with customers too?
Customers in the early seasons he would. Now people kind of know that they should probably avoid going up there. But in the early seasons, because like Hell's Kitchen was his first show to come to America. So when he first came, nobody really like knew what the deal was. So people weren't aware that his whole thing is just being an asshole. And so customers would go up. I think he once told security to escort 2 ladies back to plastic surgery. It was like one of the first ones. This lady like came up to the pass she came up to the pass and she whistled at me. He goes, "Don't whistle at me. You look more like my fucking dog than I do." And then I think my favorite was this guy ordered a pumpkin risotto, which crazy dish to order. I don't need pumpkin in my risotto.
Oh, well, hang on. Was it on the menu?
It was on the menu.
Okay, then it's not a crazy dish to order.
No, I'm standing by it. This is crazy pick.
If you're offering it, I'm allowed to order it.
Still crazy.
Yeah, but it's still crazy. It's still crazy.
Like that would be crazy.
It's under the section crazy to order.
Like that would be a crazy order at Burger King.
Well, yeah. Well, you never know if you go to the right Burger King, though.
I'm going to Burger King tonight. Can I get a pumpkin risotto?
That's the secret menu, like In-N-Out.
Yeah.
But a guy comes up, he's complaining there's not enough pumpkin in his pumpkin risotto. So he goes up and he's just basically begging Gordon Ramsay for more pumpkin. And he goes, "I'll give you more pumpkin and I'll shove it up your ass. Do you want it whole or diced?" So that's that's a defining moment for the show. So yeah, he gets into it with customers, with chefs, whoever.
Physically way easier to go diced there.
But for some people,
if you're it
might seem like a crazy order to go whole there, but it was on the menu.
That you landed on wimp after the roulette wheel in your head spun with all the slurs you wanted to call me.
True.
Yeah. Real quick, this is not related to anything that our guest just said, but one of the commenters mentioned, it was Sam's wife, mentioned that beef Wellington, Gordon Ramsay's beef Wellington, I have actually executed.
You killed it?
I knew you were gonna say that. So God, just last Christmas, my mom and I will always cook something, like try to cook something kind of fancy for Christmas Eve. And it's the last year I had seen, probably on Instagram Reels or TikTok or something, Gordon Ramsay going through his beef Wellington whole recipe and all that. And I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. So I sent it to my mom and I was like, hey, we should do this year. And it turned out great. It was delicious, but like 2 days before Christmas Eve, I ate some leftover pasta with like meat sauce or something that was way expired, and I got violently sick, and I had horrible food poisoning for like 48 hours. So when it was time to eat the beef Wellington, I was like, I can't, like, I couldn't eat anything. But when I did eat it, it was good. I can confirm.
It's a timeless recipe.
Yeah, it's the first time I've ever had that dish, I think, because it's quite labor intensive.
Yeah, it's not a small feat to make. I mean, I'm frankly impressed that you tackled it.
What's the French word for the shit that's in between the breading and the steak? You know, it's mushroom.
Bonjour.
It's like mushroom and mustard and.
I'm in front of a computer here.
Grey Poupon.
Beef Wellington filling.
Try the gray stuff. It's delicious.
What it's called? Duxelle. Duxelle is what it's called. Yeah. That really makes.
Is that like
that is what
cells?
Makes it special?
But duck. It's like mushrooms
exactly what
really
it is, Sam.
finely chopped and like mustard and some other shit, and it's. I know. Well, you've made it, so you would know. You would know better than I would probably.
Yeah. Again, I was violently ill, so I don't really have great recollection of what all went into it because I ended up doing none of the work. But I mean, you know,
who the hell's Duzel?
Duxelle. All right, French person. Whatever.
I'm le du fromage.
I'm gonna be honest. I will not be learning to French. I'm just gonna level with you here.
Yeah, same.
Straight up, not gonna learn the French.
Not gonna do that. Gonna continue to use, you know, onions, carrots, and celery as a base for most things, but I'm not going to learn their language. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm not.
Also, do they really get credit for that? They
we put a bunch of vegetables together. Oh, really?
They probably took that. Yeah, but even that, like, they probably took that idea from one of the, you know, places they colonized in the global south at some point.
They're all just chain smoking acrobats. It's fine.
Acrobats?
Mm-hmm. Because they're all in the circus.
Oh, that makes sense.
Hey,
you know, I've been in a trapeze show.
What?
What? Like performing?
This should have been your topic.
It was 2023. I was in a trapeze show.
You need to say more words now.
I was so the summer camp that I was at. So actually, I've been in two. This one was the summer camp that I was at. Had a trapeze. This was like a crazy summer camp for like very rich kids from like New York City. Like there were kids there for 8 weeks who it cost like $15,000 to send your kid there.
Trapeze as in like kids are swinging on ropes like Tarzan and walking on ropes and stuff.
And I mean, basically, it's they're all harnessed in, so it's all good either way. But yeah, I mean, you're
established that I have no culture, so I'm let's see.
Unless it involves the banks, media, you know, weather. You know.
Right, exactly.
we spell it with a Z. That's terrible.
Yeah, but so I had from the last trapeze show I was in at this is a real place, the Trapeze School of New York, D.C., where I had done for my birthday. I went and did with a friend. We went and did a trapeze class, which is sick. And then they had like a 10-week thing, culminated in a show. It was a lot of fun. And so then I was like, oh, let me see if I could do it. And then I did it. Or let me see if I could still do it because it had been like 5 years at this point. So I went up, I did like, you know, the knee hang, very classic, where you just hang by your knees. And then I got caught by the guy at the very end in front of this whole camp. Everybody's cheering my name. It was really a good moment in my life. I had broken up with somebody that morning, somebody who I was working with and living with. So that was a real roller coaster of a day there. But it was, I mean, I got to go up, get everybody chanting my name, and then get caught on the trapeze. That was a wonderful experience.
What do you mean caught? Like, because you said you're on a harness, so I'm confused.
Yeah. So there's two, like the trapeze, this one that I was on has like, there's two different like bars you can swing from. So there's one that's like right by like the front of it. So you hop off basically an elevated board and you thank you. And you like swing down and then you go up on your knees. And then there's a second bar that's further away where there's a guy hanging from his knees as well. And like
he
both
catches
swing.
you dangling like, okay.
Yeah, so you both swing, you reach like your apex at the same time, and then you grab on.
Oh,
So, yeah.
you apexed at the same time?
Yeah, Sam
Exactly.
has no idea what that feels like.
In front of a whole group of children. It was crazy. But yeah.
No, well, it's funny that you say that. It's funny that you say
Wait,
that.
where did this take place?
It's funny that
Island?
It's
This-
funny that
no,
you.
this-
It's funny that you say that because I went with the Burkina Faso joke for our open. The first one I wrote was an Epstein joke.
Anyway,
But
so Hell's
shout out
Kitchen.
Ibrahim Traore. Anyway, go ahead, Sam.
Is there like any sort of trademark that Gordon like says at or during like a lot of the shows or every show? Does
Like
he
a
have any sort of,
catchphrase?
any sort of catchphrase or anything that he does?
A donkey. He says donkey a lot. It's like if you're just being shit at your job, he calls him a donkey. Yeah, basically.
And that feels like the kind of thing that he developed over time, trying not to swear.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
You know,
But
yeah.
that's like now like Hell's Kitchen fans, and I'm in the subreddit.
Yes.
I'm in the subreddit. I pay for a Patreon for a Hell's Kitchen content creator. I will be completely honest here. Listen, I'm locked in. I'm locked in. You gotta
Fuck
understand.
yeah. Let's go.
I'm dead serious about this. All right. And I told you I've seen all 24 seasons in the last 2 years. And
Between consuming Hell's Kitchen and consuming Columbo, how do you have time for anything else?
Well, so see, the thing is, being in grad school, you get to make your own schedule and do whatever the fuck you want. Nothing matters at all. I mean, online grad school especially. I have class from 10 to 11:30 on Wednesdays, and then 2 to 3:30 on Wednesdays, and then I do some babysitting on the side, and then otherwise I have way too much time on my hands. So you know,
Amazing.
I do a lot of media consumption these days. But yeah, I forget. But yeah, he said so. Donkey is like the term for somebody who's just shit at cooking. They can't perform or whatever. Like they bring
a
something
donkey
wrong.
would probably be pretty bad at cooking.
Yeah, well, like, and it
think.
only works because it's now established. Oh, that's true, actually. But it only works
they don't
because
have
it's now
thumbs. It would be
established.
tough.
It only works because you know that it's a really bad thing. I think when he first said it, it didn't have the impact that it does now. But now it has the impact.
Well, that's sort of the science of memetics in a nutshell, isn't it? Not to get too deep into the weeds, but that if you say you just have to repeat something over and over and over for it to be a thing.
Exactly. Donkey is basically 6'7" for Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Jackie had this. Is there like a catchphrase when he when somebody's eliminated from the show?
Well, he says so at elimination they bring him all down, and then he'll be like, give me your jacket, because they all wear the chef's jackets basically the whole show. Like even when they're chilling in the dorms, a lot of them will be just wearing their chef's jacket, it doesn't seem like that comfortable of a garment. But
I'm sure that's a production decision.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he'll be like, give me your jacket and leave Hell's Kitchen, is what he says at the end of it. But also he gets funky with the eliminations because he loves to he'll be like, the person leaving Hell's Kitchen is, and then he'll say their name and they'll be like, get back in line, and then I'll call the next person, which is just like grammatically a nightmare. But he gets very dramatic.
Grammatically. Yeah, I mean, I am attempting to make it this whole hour without completely taking the fun out of all reality television by suggesting that every moment is manufactured and carefully directed, and because that's just what a fucking party pooper I am.
There's nothing you could say that would get me to stop enjoying Hell's Kitchen. So you're
that's not even what I'm worried about.
It's called reality television, stupid.
That's not even what I'm worried about. I just generally don't want to be the party pooper that says the obvious thing, like, oh, wrestling is fake. Like, yeah, we fucking know. It's like, yeah, every reality TV show you watch, every single moment is carefully choreographed and directed. If someone has a genuine reaction to something, the director told them. Yeah, Jackie's correct.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Sam, I don't watch Ocean's 11 and go, oh, George Clooney didn't actually steal from that casino. This is fucked.
And that's a totally fair thing to say to me.
Yeah.
See, I pretend that everything is real, even in movies. I'm like, can you believe that they killed the Earth just for this movie?
Like, I don't remember, like, you watch Independence Day and you're like, I don't remember aliens blowing up the Capitol, but
But
son
it
of a
must have
bitch.
happened.
I watched Planet of the Apes and got really freaked out. I had to go
Yeah,
outside and double
Sam
check.
did too, but for different reasons. Oh yeah, I got
That
him.
was not my Trost social video. God damn it.
I got him.
So I think my favorite, I don't know, I hope this one is actually from the show, when he just yells raw, like really loudly a lot. That's
the
Hell's
one.
Kitchen. Awesome.
Yeah.
Just raw, not even this is raw, just raw.
He'll just look at it and go,
It's
raw.
raw. And then he'll throw food at the chefs. It's phenomenal. He always misses. He's a really good aim because he always just misses. Because I think if he hits them, then it's probably not.
Well,
Not
I mean, they've got to be, every participant has to be like signing waivers, right?
Oh, 100%.
You would think that it's like Gordon is allowed to verbally abuse you, throw things at you, like this is what you're signing up for type thing, right?
Yeah. I mean, exactly. Well, there was one guy once who threatened to fight Ramsey. It was like the second episode. He was like, all right, he was very much from New Jersey. Like, he was from New Jersey and very much like, it was as if somebody was playing a character of somebody from New Jersey, you know?
Sam is picturing a specific type of person.
Yeah. And so, but he
Tony Soprano.
Gordon Ramsay asked him, like, who the first nominee for elimination is and why. And he's like, the nominees are XYZ. And then they go back and forth where Gordon just asks him a simple question, he doesn't answer. And then he goes, what the fuck do you want? We're men. We sat down. We talked about it. We didn't get emotional. We're men. And then it ends with him charging Ramsey, taking his jacket off, throwing it on the floor. And then Ramsey just stands there because Ramsey knows if this guy hits him, he's going to have his ass legally. So there's really no credible threat. But the best part is, as that guy walked out, he tripped over the single step to get to the door. So that was really exciting.
Yeah, Jackie asked the question that I already asked.
Oh yeah, no, Jackie, I'm sorry to say, I'm sorry to break the immersion. That's a sketch with James Corden.
It was a sketch, Jackie. I just learned this.
Yeah,
too.
we
were all.
It's a very common misconception. I would love to claim that he really did that to somebody, and I hope that one day he will.
I mean, his conduct is not far off from that.
Oh, absolutely not.
That's why the sketch has fooled us and so many others, is because it's believable.
There was one time one of the chefs on the show turned to the other chefs, one of the competitors, and goes, "You guys cook like old people fuck." So that was phenomenal.
So
just
a lot, and frequently.
Yeah. No, exactly. Loud and noisy.
Viagra is the worst thing to ever happen to elderly women. That's not a question.
I mean, it was a statement. That's true. It was definitely not a question.
So what percentage of, so you said there's, I don't remember because I'm a bad listener, however many seasons of Hell's Kitchen there are, what percentage of it have you seen?
100.
As I was asking that, I was like, his answer is going to be all of it.
Yeah,
he's in the subreddit.
I've seen 100. I watched all 24 seasons last year, and then I was living on the island, and camp was shut down for the winter, so I was by myself. Fuck. Pause.
You gotta specify, buddy. These are dangerous times.
Listen, that was a wonderful anecdote in 2015. No, I was living on Orcas Island in the San Juan Islands of Washington State last year. And
the opposite side of a different ocean, everyone.
Listen, nobody's going to the Pacific Northwest, all right? And so,
except for all the children that were there with you.
we did have one celebrity's kid there, and it was Macklemore's. So that was very exciting.
Yeah, you told me that.
So I got to meet.
I mean, I know he's
from
he's from Seattle proper, or the area.
He's from Seattle proper, and he's stayed in that area.
Yeah, I knew that, but yeah, you told me that the last time you were over here that you had Macklemore's kid there.
Yeah, it was very exciting.
Was he also an aspiring terrible rapper?
His kid? No, she was perfectly nice. She was perfectly fine. Kind of unremarkable, to be honest. Not in a bad way. Just like I was like the director of day camp, and so it was like if I didn't get to talk to a kid too much, it kind of meant that they were either only there for like a week or two, or they weren't like really fucking up. Like if your kid was there for like 1 or 2 weeks and like I knew them really well, it probably meant your kid was like fucking up pretty bad.
Sam, we should probably get some paperwork drafted up by our resident lawyer for guests that come on this show, just so they understand we're not responsible if no one ever hires them again.
Listen,
I mean, we rely on the fact that no one watches or listens to this.
No, exactly.
Yeah. That's our crutch. That's a crutch, honestly.
Yeah. Listen, if my future employers are watching this, they've already decided to hire me. Like, they've already hired me. Like if this
by definition,
this is
true.
part of their employment search, that's a really deep employment search. I don't know. I couldn't come up with a line for that.
Yeah, honestly, kudos to them for going that deep.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, game recognized game and so forth.
Yeah.
What's your favorite either episode or moment of Hell's Kitchen, if you can narrow it down?
Episode or moment? Well, the guy threatening to fight is up there.
Yeah, see, because that's what I would do.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised when you said that. I'm surprised that there's just one instance of that across as many seasons and episodes as there are.
Yeah. Well, a lot of them will go,
especially because so many professional cooks are like on cocaine. I would assume at least half of them try to fight him.
Well, a lot of them will go into the confessionals and talk about how much they want to fight him and how they'd kick his ass. But then they get into the moment. They're like, yes, chef. Absolutely. Absolutely. I would say, well, it's not a moment. I would say it's a run over 3 episodes for this one guy named Raj. And this is season 8 of the show. And he's the single worst contestant. Chef, he once said, I really need to cool off. So then he went and actually put his head in the freezer, which is a great bit,
We've all done it.
No, absolutely. And then he made some food. Ramsay sent it back, and she was like, well, I didn't think it was that bad. So then he just started eating it while cooking other food. It's like anti-food waste king, low-key.
Let's go.
Good shit.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to break anyone's illusion, but every kitchen at every restaurant you ever go to, we're all doing that back there.
Oh, 100%.
We're all eating the food that you send away.
No, let me be clear. I have no problems with that practice. It's just when you're on cameras with national TV, you might want to maybe refrain from that sort of thing.
He's like licking his fingers, putting it back.
Yeah. But his run, he was so bad that his team won the service, so he was theoretically safe, and Ramsay eliminated him anyway. Is how bad he was.
And the other thing about that is being someone who has worked in back of house in restaurants before, the amount of blind trust that we as common folk place in every restaurant we ever dine at is a phenomenon that needs to be studied more.
Yeah.
Because wow, we put so much trust into these individual establishments that we patronize. It's remarkable that more of us don't get sick.
Yeah,
true.
I mean, people just want good food.
Has that ever been? How much of this show is Gordon Ramsay getting mad about, like legitimate food safety issues? Is that a thing? Does that happen?
It's definitely a thing. Like there will be times where chefs will bring up stuff and it's like completely raw, and so like he will get mad. There were times where like people were tasting the food with their finger, licking it, and then putting it back in.
Fuck yeah.
And so like he would get mad at that. Like, but like a lot, like there was one guy who somehow got plastic into a salad. There was a lady who, for her signature dish, first dish of the season, first impression, there was a toothpick in the chicken. Like not like putting it into a burger to like hold it together. It was
Which I'm also opposed to, by the way. Have you ever bitten into a toothpick?
I've never bitten into one. No, usually
I don't know if I have, but I've come close many times. And if you want to make a giant, like visibly crazy burger, you should make it wider, not taller. This is a PSA from talking out our ass.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I will say, I think a lot of burgers, this is a hot take. I think a lot of burgers are not good. A lot of restaurant burgers are not very good, in my opinion, which I don't like. I don't know. I also feel the same way. I think a lot of restaurants' fries are pretty bad. Like fries, I think are not that good in general. And this is a really hot take. I'm only ordering fries because you're giving it to me for free.
Well, not for free, but it's included.
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah. But it's like if you give me the
same
choice,
if you don't get them, so you're gonna get them.
Yeah, but if you give me the choice between fries and a different fried side, like okay, sweet potato fries are still fries, but it's different from your standard restaurant fries, or like onion rings, even tater tots. Like I'm picking the other option.
Like I am a big enjoyer of onion rings, but you are just like, you wouldn't just eat a fucking onion. So like that is a little, when you think about it, like that is a little crazy.
Speak for yourself.
Like an apple.
Give me a side of just onion. Just let me have onion and breading like that. I love onion rings. I'm not dissing onion rings, but it is a little wild. And I agree with you about, well, we had this conversation a couple months ago, you and I, but I have eaten more cheeseburgers than anyone ever should. And I'm probably going to die soon because of it. But fries, I never really cared about or even like had an opinion on until I actually worked in the food service and learned how good fries can be if you put the time and effort in. So now I am very judgmental of French fries, and yeah, most French fries are underwhelming, if not outright bad. But what you said about burgers, I would say the same of pizza in general. Like there's plenty of bad pizza out there. However, in both cases, pizza or burgers, even a bad one, I'm still going to eat it and it's going to do its job,
That's fair. That's fair.
Nobody out pizzas the Hut. Brought to you in part by Pizza Hut.
Did you email them? Are we getting sponsorship dollars yet or what?
Maybe.
As long as they don't watch the show, you'll definitely get some.
We haven't so far said anything negative of them specifically.
No. It's true. Nobody out pizzas them. And it's true.
I used to order them a lot because they would, you could get the $10 bunch of shit or you could get the $20 bunch of shit, and it was you could feed yourself for a while on that.
You wouldn't eat an onion.
You wouldn't throw a Christian baby.
What?
There you go. It's
what am I looking at here?
He's got it on deck.
I know the origin, but
yeah, you wouldn't download a car.
I might if it was an option.
Yeah, that's the thing about like that meme or whatever. That thing has aged poorly because all of us would definitely download a car if we physically could.
I would download a house.
Yeah, if you could, 100%.
I would download everything.
And it is technically possible right now to do so.
I'm gonna 3D print a download
because there is metal 3D printing. It's just not yet like accessible to us common folk until we see the production.
Because you won't let it go and give it to us.
Me?
Yeah, you're in control of that too.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I should have known.
Hey.
Yeah.
3D printing an onion car.
Onion car.
Well, that was like the carriage they had in Shrek was an onion, I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah, which was a riff off of the pumpkin carriage from Cinderella. But I should watch Shrek again.
This was in turn a riff of the pumpkin risotto from Hell's Kitchen.
I haven't watched Shrek in a while, and I would probably get a lot more of the literary references now.
Are you well read?
You could do a marathon in advance of Shrek 5.
Because I think the first one of the first Shrek movie is just meant to be sort of a parody, like a scary movie type deal, just a parody of all folklore and like classical Western fairy tales.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anyway, Hell's Kitchen.
Hell's Kitchen. Yeah. Shrek's Kitchen.
Shrek's Kitchen.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you in that I'm sort of the inverse, because you said you don't know if you're that good at cooking, but you do enjoy it. I'm sort of the inverse, where I know that I'm good at cooking. I've done it professionally. I don't enjoy it at this point at all, because I've done it in some limited capacity professionally, and it's only stressful and not enjoyable at all for me, because I feel like anything that I cook needs to be something that Gordon Ramsay wouldn't scream at me about.
Gordon Ramsay's never tried my bagel bites.
Gordon Ramsay would not want me as a server. I did. So the deli that I worked at, I did one shift as a server. And they've said that I didn't do any more because because scheduling didn't work out. I think it's because of this. I went to a table and I meant to say I'd fucked up like 6 elements of their order. Like truly, they had a catastrophic dinner.
No, when you say you fucked up 6 elements of their order, like you wrote it down wrong, you remembered it wrong. What do you mean?
The one of them ordered a beer. I forgot about it for 25 minutes, and he walked up to me while I was walking between different tables to remind me.
Which is fair at 25 minutes.
Yeah. Oh no. He was 100% right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
God bless him. He was right.
I'm just saying. Like, I'm always going to take the service worker's side, but at 25 minutes, if you've ordered a beer, that's not something that takes 25 minutes. So
yeah.
The customer's always wrong.
One of them mentioned that she couldn't eat mozzarella. So I was like, okay, no mozzarella. So I went to the system, and I was like new to the restaurant at this point. I'd only done a couple shifts as a cashier. And so I put in the different cheeses she wanted, but I didn't put no mozzarella. So I bring the pizza to the table. She goes, "Are you sure that's not mozzarella?" I go, "Nope, I didn't tell them to put mozzarella on it." As a mozzarella pizza is sitting in front of both of us, but I just had such blind faith in the kitchen that I said, "Nah, we're all good there." And then I went back to the kitchen. And I was like, "Yeah, is there mozzarella?" And he was like, "Yeah." So then I had to go back and get a different pizza. But at the very end of the meal, my pièce de résistance was I went to say, "I'm really sorry." I went to say either this is my first shift or I know this has been rough for you guys. And I looked at them dead in the eyes and went, "Hey, I'm sorry. This has been rough for me. Here's your check." And then walked away from the table, and I got a $30 tip.
Nice.
Those are decent people. Those are decent people.
You're skipping a line to heaven, dog, in my book.
Those are decent people. Without knowing anything else about them, the fact that they still, because I was going to ask when you were done, I was going to ask if they tipped. The fact that they did, and generously,
yeah,
amazing. And also, what an amazing, because we all have those moments where we've got multiple phrases in our head and they combine and we spit out something that we didn't intend to say out loud. What an amazing way for that to come out.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It was true.
This has been rough for me. No, of course it's true, but it's not what you wanted to say to that.
Yeah. All-time tough moment, really.
Oh, man.
And I do empathize. First of all, I know that I could never be front of house. I could never be a server because when I am even eating at a place and I hear other people ordering, I hate those people and I hope they don't get what they want. I hate them. And so as a server, my short-term memory is non-existent. There's all these things that would make me a horrible, horrible server. So props for even trying, but I empathize with the difficulties, especially, if you said you have to like enter the stuff into the POS, that's not an easy thing to just do immediately.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is also just the average person enters a restaurant and drops about 30% of their intelligence immediately.
Yes, that's my point. That's kind of my point. I'm anytime I'm in a restaurant or really anywhere where I have to be in the presence of other people who are interacting with service workers, I'm angry.
Yeah.
I hate everyone else when they're interacting with service workers because most of them are awful.
Can I get a?
That's fine. I don't have a problem with that.
I'll be on the phone with somebody and I'll be like, wow, this is the median voter. It's crazy.
Yeah. Oh, that is.
Like, this person gets the same number of votes as me. This is crazy.
That is one of the thoughts for sure. You have a conversation with just the lay person out there, and you go, wow, that person has the same rights that I have.
Yeah.
Not if I have anything to say.
I'm like, that guy's probably making more than I am. Wow.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Fuck. And they're definitely making more than their server, who is working much harder than they ever have.
Oh, 100%.
Crazy. It's really nice that those people gave you $30. It's very nice.
Yeah.
I
I couldn't believe it.
But
I was just close to running up to them and going, "Oh, you forgot this cash, by the way."
They wrote on there, "You owe us $30."
Do you think they did that at least in part because of what you said?
I think they took immense pity on me. I guarantee. But the thing is, they've probably dined off of that story on multiple occasions.
Because in that case, that's like a reasonable strategy to employ if you were going forward as a server, is just be bad at it, but earnest. Just be earnestly bad at being a server. And then at the end you go, I'm sorry, like I'm having a hard time, or this was rough for me, like you said, or whatever. That might be an okay strategy.
It's not a bad move at all. If they let me work another server shift, I'll run that meta and let you know what happens.
Yeah, we need data on this. Does in Hell's Kitchen, which is the topic of this,
right? Yes, of course.
In Hell's Kitchen, is there any front of house stuff that Gordon does, or is it just the kitchen stuff?
So there's these. They have the maitre d, and he interacts with the maitre d, and then they have the rest of the front. He doesn't really interact with the front of house stuff. Like he'll be like, you can go ahead and take this, but they have two main maitre d's. One is this guy Jean-Philippe, who's Belgian, and then there was one great moment where him and this guy were getting into an argument, and because sometimes they'll make the chefs do tableside service, and like they're all fucking terrible at it. Like none of them are used to doing it.
Yeah, we're back of house for a reason. I don't want to fucking talk to the gentry.
Exactly. A chef once hit a lady in the head with a chair on accident.
By accident. Okay.
Yeah. No. Accident. But so they're having an argument, and the guy, and the guy is from Texas, has a thick Southern accent. So Gordon goes up and he's like, "What's the problem?"
Wait. Who's got a Texas accent? Who's having an argument?
The chef who's doing tableside
has a Texas accent.
Yeah.
And
then the maitre d' is from Belgium, has a Belgian accent.
And who's arguing?
And the chef doing tableside with the Texan argument, or with the Texan accent, and the maitre d' with the Belgian accent.
Okay.
And Gordon goes up, he goes, "What the hell's the problem? Why are you guys arguing?" And the maitre d' goes, "Oh, there's a language barrier." And he goes, "What do you mean? You're both speaking English?" He goes, "Yeah, but he's from Texas." So that's a great moment. And then there's this other guy, they replaced him with this guy Marino, who's fantastic. But the defining thing about Jean-Philippe, which made him great, is that he hated the fact that the restaurant he was maitre d' for happened to be a reality show restaurant. Like you could tell the whole time he was really pissed off that was the restaurant he ended up at.
Yeah,
which was
I blasted my resume out to everyone. This was the place that got back to me. I didn't know this is what I was signing up for.
Exactly.
That's awesome. And that's also why they specifically picked him.
Oh, absolutely.
100%.
Yeah.
All right, Jack. How do they settle who wins the thing? Like in the finale, how many people?
Yeah, because I didn't even know until about halfway through this conversation. I didn't even know it was a competition.
So yeah. So they bring it down, like they'll have the two teams, and then they get to like the final 5 or 6, or like they'll have the final 7 or 6 or 5, and then they'll get
chefs.
Yeah, chefs. And so then they become one team. They become like the Black Jackets, which is like the playoffs basically. And then they become just one team. And then at the end he keeps eliminating people based on how they do in service. And then they recently instituted this final 3 challenge where they have to cook for a bunch of different judges, and I don't know, it's all kind of horseshit anyway. But they get to the final two, and then each of them runs one side of the restaurant. So like they go back into having two teams. Sorry, that's my. They go back into having two teams, and they pick their chefs from the previous chefs who got eliminated. And so then it becomes like, do you pick? Like there was one season where it was the last two chefs left to be picked, and one of them was a much better chef, but the person running on that team fucking hated that person. And so it was like an interesting decision of like, and then you'll have people who come back and they're like pissed they get eliminated and they just don't care or try at all. And so it's every so often you get one of those. And so it's interesting. Just this season, somebody picked like their best friend first overall over a bunch of much better chefs, and then lost the whole season because their best friend kept screwing up in the final service. So
this is still ongoing. They like the
Yep.
series. Wow.
The last season, the most recent season wrapped up like 2 weeks ago.
Wow.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Are you enjoying it?
Yeah. It was a good season. It was the talent has gotten progressively better as the show has gone on, which means it's a little bit less entertaining at times because there's less mistakes being made. But it's still a very
So you mean I assumed you meant TV talent. You meant cooking talent.
Oh yeah, the cooking talent is better. But this season TV talent, like there was much more cattiness than there had been in the last couple of seasons. So it was more entertaining for sure in that sense. But yeah.
You have convinced me to at least entertain the possibility that I might one day watch an episode of this.
If you ever get serious about it, I will tell you what season to watch.
Okay.
Actually, I'll just put out that recommendation here and now. For anybody who hasn't seen it, start season 5 or 6. That's your first season you want to watch.
Of Hell's Kitchen.
Of Hell's Kitchen.
There we go.
Of any show.
Of any show.
Start with season 5 of Lost. It's going to be awesome.
So even though the show only has 4 seasons, trust me, you want to watch the 5th season.
You're going to have to listen, go to the subreddit. I'm telling you, bro. Pay for a Patreon. You'll find it.
Well, I learned a lot about Hell's Kitchen today.
I did too. I learned 100% of what I know about Hell's Kitchen in the last hour.
Yeah, and I'm very disappointed that Idiot Sandwich wasn't on Hell's Kitchen. That ruined my day. But you know what?
I'm sorry.
It's gonna happen.
I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news there.
There's all this fun,
okay.
happy stuff going on.
It didn't ruin my day. Talking to Sam ruined my day.
That's true.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, obviously.
There was all this cool stuff happening, and then you just come in and you're like, this is a fucking lie, and now everything's ruined. Now I don't know what's going on anymore.
Yeah.
And I hate it.
The one thing we thought we could count on.
I know. The whole life is a lie. I'm going to go fight my dad about it. If I could find him.
I'm going to go fight your dad about it too, Sam.
Good. You actually live a lot closer to him than I do. So.
Oh, bad. Perfect. I'm pulling up tonight.
Yes.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yes. Tonight's the night you fight your dad.
This was given to me by the Malort Company.
Is that like tonight will be the night of a fall for you?
I think if I had a shot of Malort, I mean, definitely when I have Malort, my odds of fighting my dad go way up.
My odds are always consistent, regardless.
I'm just always fighting my dad.
That's my secret, Captain.
Well, Jack, thank you so much for hopping on with us. Really appreciate it. Anything you want the people to know before we get out of here? Drake May is a bum. Still, fuck the New England Patriots. I was really happy to see they lost. God bless the Washington Wizards. Yeah, that's pretty much all I got. Watch Hell's Kitchen, everybody.
And
wonderful show.
Northwestern basketball.
And Northwestern. Shout out Northwestern. Not doing too hot, but we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there.
We're the youngest team in the conference, so
yeah.
I mean, when I said we, I mean you, because you're actually attending.
Yeah,
you are the youngest team in the conference.
I am the we.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody who watched along tonight, commented along. Make sure you go ahead and hit the like button on there. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We'll see you on Thursday for AskCast. Adios.